All right. Mic is closed. Let's try this again. What is good, y'all? All right. Let me make sure that the broadcast looks good. I don't see the audio on the broadcast. So if you are on the broadcast on the live stream, let me know if you can hear me. Let me add to the stage. Let's see. I'm not sure what's going on with the audio there. Let me turn my screen off. Let's see. Okay. There you go. I see the audio. Maybe I had to press a few buttons there. What's up, everyone? What's up, Hedera? What's up, H Bar? Our newest sponsor here of our show. We're going to give them a massive shout out at htscouncil.com. Let me pull up their X account so you guys can all shoot them a follow. They are a community DAO. I have the token ID up there as well. If you guys want to go associate, go check it out. Go see what that is all about. Let me pull up their account. Give me 1 second here on the live stream and I'll pull it up for you guys. 1 second, y'all. All right, and I just started the spaces as well. So shout out to everyone in the spaces. Shout out to y'all tuning in here to the live stream. I hope you're doing well on this amazing Thursday here today. All right, let me pull up their account and we will get the show on the road. All right, as you guys can see, Hedera mainnet transactions are going along swimmingly well per usual. 2,344 TPS per second. We're up to 62 billion. Yes, I said billion transactions on the Hedera mainnet. Absolutely killing it. Shout out to all the builders, all of the communities and retail members here. Speaking of communities, we have the HTS Council. I don't have a lot of alpha to share just yet, but we definitely will be since they are our newest sponsor of our show. Make sure to go shoot them a follow. Much love, much appreciation their way. Again, make sure to go shoot them a follow at htscouncil.com. More alpha to come. Just make sure to go shoot them a follow. Again, htscouncil.com. And the website, I don't believe is up yet. So if you click it, I don't think it takes you anywhere. If it does, then that's news to me. But again, go check it out. I'm very excited to see what comes of HTS Council. All right, you guys, again, more sponsors on the way. But for now, we'll introduce them one at a time. So appreciate HTS Council. We do have Gilmore State sponsoring our earlier spaces during the week. So again, we have more coming, more to unpack, more alpha to share with you guys as well. So make sure to shoot them a follow. If you're listening on the spaces, don't forget to like and retweet the show here today. If you're on the broadcast, feel free to exit out now and like and retweet as well. It is the best way to show your support to our show here. And of course, if you looks like I missed a space right there. If you find any value out of our content per usual, again, make sure to like and retweet. It's free, right? There's not a lot else that I could really ask to do. I don't really, we only have some donations, here and there. So again, massive shout out to everyone that has been donating to the show. And it's really just going to the community wallet, right? Apart from the sponsors, I actually do all this for free for the Hedera community, for Web3, Web4 here at the WEB4 Roundtable. So welcome, everyone. Welcome to episode 232. I've had an absolute blast being able to host these shows with you all. I'm looking forward to seeing all of us absolutely killing it this cycle. Obviously, you guys are well in the know at this point if you're still tuning into these shows, that I am in the know. I do know what is going on every single day in the market. Obviously, the market looks pretty down bad. Let me pull up CoinMarketCap so we can just kind of go look at the market together, get to see what's going on. I did check the market a bit earlier this morning, and all I saw was red. So, and you guys all probably know by now as well, I do not look at price action day to day. I know a lot of you guys probably do. I don't even look at it week to week, to be honest. I only look at the big trend overall, and that's what I've been talking with you guys about, right? So we have CoinMarketCap up here today. Again, that big trend, the month over the month, few months, 3 month candles, right? Those are really going to be the candles that I'm looking at. So let's look at Bitcoin. I haven't really seen anything change in the technical analysis that I've been tracking here. So let's pull Bitcoin up. Per usual, we'll kind of just start the show with some more TA. We'll do H bar as well. Look at that. I mean, this What were we at yesterday, right? July. No, not yesterday. This is a daily chart. Wow. So this is basically over like the whole last week, right? We're basically at that level. Whatever happened here, right? I don't actually know what news caused this or if it was just something that happened. Um, all this got eaten up, right? That's so bullish for the market. People getting checking out, getting upset, getting scared, whatever, right? This is to really shake out those longs, right? Start liquidating some people, whatever. But look, we're if anything, we're higher than we were like a week ago. So if people just don't really understand what's going on in the market, tap into the show. We're almost at this level, even really over the last month. So again, just stay up to date with the latest news. That's all I can really say or do at this point. And if whoever doesn't listen or whatever, I mean, I can't really help you too much further beyond that. I'm really trying my best to share with you guys the alpha, sharing from my experience as well. I'm not expecting like the biggest show ever today, right? I do know there's a lot of fear in the market. Totally fine. I told you guys before, right? I don't really look at the daily candles too much. I'm not really concerned with them in the slightest. Super fascinating and something I've just missed. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should look at some more daily candles. And again, daily is not as strong, so I don't really look at them. But look at all these hammers. One hammer, two hammers, three hammers, right? Those are all strong support levels for a movement forward. And each one of these is upwards. Now, this one is lower than every single one of these three that I just said. I don't believe this candle has closed yet, but this would be a form of a hammer as well, basically an inverse shooting star. Super crazy, right? I mean, we came all the way down to 62K and we're basically hovering around 64. So basically, whatever we closed at yesterday, we're basically at there again, right? So this candle's completely recovered, essentially, right? And actually, I just saw it go up even further, right? So super fascinating. A lot of strength, right? When we go all the way down and we recover this much, super strong candles that I'm looking at on the daily. But again, I don't trade off daily. I don't really look at the daily too much because anything can happen day to day. I'm really concerned about what is going to happen week to week and, of course, month to month and so on. So let's look at the week to week on Bitcoin as well. We're looking at Bitcoin first because ultimately it is going to affect what happens here in Web3, Web4, right? Just across the board. So that's why we cover Bitcoin first. If you're new here, that is why we are going to be covering Bitcoin first. All right. So this candle again, basically opening and closing at the start of the week prior, right? And then this candle, right, taking a downward move. And as I've said before, let me do a little bit of charting here. Second. So basically, this is the level. Or give me 1 second. This is the level that we want to see broken out of, right? The 70. It's actually a little bit higher. It's like in this range, right? So we're very close to it. Obviously, if we see this get broken, which again, this could happen. Not saying that it's there, but we're basically right in the middle of this range, right? We've been here for quite some time. I think it's 3 or 4 months now. So again, until we see validation above 73K, let me throw some indicators up here for you guys. If you don't know any of these indicators, I'll explain some of it as well. Just give me a second to pull them up. Actually, let me grab some water. I'll be right back. All right. So let's see what the weekly is telling us. Again, we're seeing a potential cross. Now, if we cross downward, again, that could affect the monthly here going into the next week or so. But again, I don't really look at these on the weekly too much. We're still well above the 50 level. We have done two touch points are here on the average of resistance on the weekly. But again, the monthly is much stronger than the weekly. So anything can really happen. But if we were studying the weekly, we could see a bounce here. We see a double, basically a little double top on the weekly here, one right here, and then one, literally the last 2 weeks, there was a little double pivot top essentially, right? And then right here, we have to just kind of wait to see this candle close, which we're about halfway through the week. So again, we just kind of have to be patient, kind of just have to wait and see what is to come of this channel, right? We're just trading sideways. It's choppy, super boring. A lot of people hate it, right? Sentiment gets really bad the more we chop. Right. But again, we just have to kind of just wait and see, right? Until we break this or we break here, nothing really is going to be that interesting until we see that, right? We can have all the news, all whatever, right? But until we can read it in the charts, not much is going to really change. I'm just stating the facts, right? All right, so let's look at these candles here. So this is the monthly. This month just started. This candle just opened actually today. So we went down here, right? 62 at the start of the month. That is going to affect the way this candle looks at the end of the day, or should I say the end of the month. So yeah, again, we're above the 50 level, means we're in a bull run historically. 65 is pretty solid. Now, if we do break this yellow trend line, obviously we could see a decent amount of downside and maybe even breaking this. So again, we got to see. Look at this. As I've been saying, we're most likely going to have a cross in August. And we're right there. You know, if you've been following our shows, literally just go back and listen to the recordings, watch them. I've been saying, right, we're about to have a cross within the next few weeks. In July, I've been mainly really talking about it, right? So, yeah, you guys can see the cross is very, very close. And again, if we have the orange cross down, I think we're probably going to break 52 and have more downside, which of course no one wants to see that. I don't want to see it. I'm just telling you guys what will probably end up happening. RSI will go down and so on. And that'll probably cause the actual bull run to happen like next summer, which again, no one really wants to see that. If that happens, then it does. And we'll just kind of cover it and talk about it, right? All right. Now, if we do have a cross up, again, Bitcoin will most likely have a pivot up to a new all-time high potentially if it breaks 73K, right? It basically has to break whatever this old, what was it, 73,759. So basically, if we can get to 74K and above, we'll be in a pretty good position there to make a new all-time high and to send all your altcoins to the absolute moon, which everyone is so excited for. So basically, everyone was just kind of holding their breath at this point for August for Bitcoin to see what is going to go down. So if this is your first time here in the show and you're finding any value out of the show, again, don't forget to like and retweet. It's free. It is the best way to support the Web4 Roundtable here. All right, let's jump over to HBAR. Let's see, we're currently sitting at 0.063 cents. Market cap 2.262 billion USD. Look at that. I mean, I'm telling you guys, right? If you started watching my TA on Bitcoin, the chart looks exactly the same, right? We have not decoupled from Bitcoin in any capacity. Now, if we do have a, let's say, governing council members actually buying HBAR, which we don't know for sure if they are or they're not or whatever, right? But let's say they start doing that, they're tokenizing, right? I have no doubt we'll decouple from Bitcoin, right? But we're not there yet, right? So I'm just gonna state the facts, let you guys know what I'm reading. But this is exactly what Bitcoin looked like, right? I bet you up here it'll be higher. We're still lower. Look, exactly. I mean, this is the exact chart that I showed you for Bitcoin, right? Like I'm not stupid. I know exactly what I'm telling you, you know, in terms of the charts. So let me show you guys what I am looking at here in Hedera. And look at this. Look at the exact same candle that I was just showing you on Bitcoin, right? This potential hammer is developing on the daily that could potentially mark a trend reversal on the daily, mark a local bottom, which was basically at 589 cents, which pretty much most people have a consensus in Hedera that if Bitcoin does have a trend reversal here, that this basically 6 cent, I'll just round it right here, the 6 cent range will most likely be the absolute bottom best time to buy HBAR. But of course, if Bitcoin breaks down lower, we will definitely see much lower prices, and that goes for your favorite tokens and NFTs as well. All right, let's pull up the RSI and the stochastic and see what the charts are telling us today. All right, and as I've been saying, right, HBAR is not above the 50 level. Let me throw the monthly. I'm mainly talking about the monthly. So right here, we're at 45, right? So we were barely for a little bit there. Let's see, December, we bounced down. So we almost entered a bull run in December. Like we touched it, but it corrected downward. So basically January, it took about a month to actually correct. So we did enter a partial bull run in January for HBAR. January, February, March, April, we had a cross down, and then May. So we basically broke out of the bull run for HBAR in particular on the chart on the RSI, just based on confirmations in about May. But we were basically entering that downtrend June, obviously July. So August, September, I think if Bitcoin does correct upwards, about September, we might re-enter that 50 level, which is that first level of correction confirmation that I'm looking for me personally to re-enter my tokens, NFTs, and so on. So very, very interesting. I think September, October will most likely be the play for HBAR. Of course, just because Bitcoin does something doesn't mean HBAR does it right away. And that goes for all your tokens, right? I'm not just talking about HBAR in this instance. And then again, right, we're actually not even too close. It's definitely getting narrower though. You guys can see, most likely it'll be a September cross. And again, blue above orange is bullish, orange above blue is bearish, in terms of price action, right? So again, gotta be patient. Just continue to wait. These are monthly candles, right? Neither of these candles look good. This candle doesn't necessarily look good, right? None of these candles are that positive. But again, we aren't technically in the full bull run when we close these candles because we're not above the 50 level, right? So if you're bullish on HBAR long term and you're looking at the level of momentum, we don't have like crazy momentum right now, which means that when we do have crazy momentum all the way up here, let me zoom out here, about the 70, 80, 90 range, right? We went up to 91 last bull run market top. Until we're there, I'm not selling any of my HBAR. You know, personally, I'm waiting. Look at this. The last top was in that 50-cent range, and then the top right after that was at basically 60 cents. I think for a day or two, it hit 63 cents. But again, you got to just be patient. Just wait, watch, see, and let the charts tell you, you know. And so again, September, and then of course, again, worst case scenario, Bitcoin closes down. A lot of this chart, just everything that I'm talking about, is going to completely reset, and it's going to have to take a lot more time to regain momentum. And I bet it would be next summer at some point. I'd have to really dive into the charts further and see, just kind of regroup on what's going to happen next summer. But again, I do still firmly believe it'll be Q3, Q4, which we're basically coming up on at this point, right? Within a month, we're about 30 to 60 days to find out if I've been right or if the charts are going to show us something else. So either we break in the next 30 to 60 days, potentially 73K, or we break probably 53K. And if we continue to consolidate, we'll just keep covering it, right? We're going to continue to talk about it and see what is going on in the market. So if you're in the live chat here on the live stream, do let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Do we break 73K, go to new all-time highs within the next 30 to 60 days? Or you guys see in the charts, do we break 53K and have some more downside? So let me know. Feel free to utilize the live chat. Just type in 53,000 or 73,000 to let me know what you guys think. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in today. All right. That concludes our TA segment. Again, don't forget to like and retweet the show here today. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. All right. Let's exit out of the TA. Let's jump on some Twitter. All right, you guys should be able to see my screen. Again, don't forget to join the WEB4 Trenches. It's an X community here. You're going to be able to have the opportunity to help guide the future of our show here. There's going to be some special alpha. Let me just click on it really quick so you guys can kind of get a taste of what is yet to come, right? You're going to be able to look at what kind of content, which kind of days. Let me scroll down here, right? Which days we might be focusing on content moving forward, right? Maybe some very specific posts that I'll probably be doing with some trending stuff. So if you want to stay up to date with the latest trending posts as well and maybe jump on it earlier than some other people, make sure to join the WEB4 Trenches. It's free, it's public. I might make it private at some point in the future. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do about it. I might do something special for the first 100 members as well. So make sure you're in there. Make sure you're part of the first 100 as well. All right. I know some of you guys aren't in it yet. So if you're listening in right now, I'll give you guys like 5-10 seconds. Feel free to exit out of the show now and go join. It's super easy. You just got to click on the link in my bio. All right. And again, don't forget to like and retweet the show as well. All right. Let me just kind of scroll here. I'll just kind of read. I made a few posts earlier today. I just said, right, who's getting shaken out today? Time in the market is better than timing the market. Hashtag HBAR. If you guys don't know, I believe that's a famous Warren Buffett quote. You guys are really trying to time the market. Most people are going to get wrecked. Not because you're unlucky, but it's mainly because there's a massive psychological element, right? Like if you, here, let me pull up Trading View really quick, show you guys something, right? Whenever there's max fear, max pain, right, in the market. Looks like coin market cap is frozen. There you go. Let me pull up the fear and greed index. Let's show you guys where it's at here today. I think I saw it down to like 50 something. Yeah, 57. We're definitely dropping, which the lower it is, I mean, that basically just means that it's a much better buy, ultimately. So let's throw up the fear and greed index. Let's track it. I think that's a pretty solid thing to do every single day until we reach our next top. So we're pretty much in this middle range, right? We're in the yellow once again. It's relatively neutral. People are getting fearful, getting upset again, right? I do remember just not literally a week or two ago, people were getting really excited. We hit what, 67, right? 69,000, I think, right? We even touched 70 at one point, I think. People are like, oh, 69,000 Bitcoin is in, right? 70,000, we're going to the moon. It's everyone's excited, right? It's so funny to watch how fast sentiment just shifts in this market, right? But if you guys don't remember, early, not even a month ago, we actually hit a fear level almost the same as what we did um, about a year and a couple months ago when we basically started our spaces. So if you guys didn't know, I decided to start our spaces at the end of September, about midway into September. So basically, when it was like absolutely everyone was just so pissed off. There was so many, like a lot of the scams are just gone. A lot of the token, like people are just selling everything. I won't forget it. If you guys are here during that time, you probably know what I'm talking about. And I was like, you know what? I don't know if it's possible to get any worse than this. So literally about right here where my mouse is, that's when we actually decided to do shows. So basically we've been doing shows this whole entire time, watching it. And I was right? Literally within a few months, we had one of the strongest pumps, right, for this next bull run, this next cycle. And we called it here on the show, right? We talked about it. We talked about this, right, was the local top, called it on the show. So again, once we get this next continuation, this next leg up, we're going to talk about it. We're going to continue to share it. But having this level of fear was really, really awesome to see because a lot of people were continuing to get shaken out and people are just losing conviction, right? Obviously, you don't want to see that, but the people that are not going to make the gains, they're going to lose it. They're going to lose it anyways, right? Like, let's just be completely honest here. If you are selling here, you're not going to just being incredibly transparent here. You're not going to sell that here, right? This is the whole point of why the crypto fear and greed index matters. Because when I'm telling you guys a quote like this, right? Time in the market is better than timing the market. Like these are the people, right? And I'm probably talking about you, right? Like let's just be honest with ourselves here. Like if I'm talking about you and you're like, hey, like it can go higher, I'm not going to sell anything. Like if you're not taking any profits right here, chances are 90+% people will not take profits right here because it's called greed, right? You have extreme greed. You're super excited. You feel comfortable, right? You feel comfy in your bags. And then guess what? The opposite's true, right? Most people are going to be saying, hey, like, you know what? I want the bleeding to stop. I want to see more green. I want to be able to take profits. A lot of you'd be surprised, right? And you probably fall into this category. Chances are you might have, right? Because you might be 9 out of 10 people, right? You want to be selling here, right? A lot of people just feel like they want to take profits and sell right here. And then guess what? We're back up here in no time. And you can kind of just watch, right? Week over week. And people get so fixated on the day to day, right? The week to week. And I'm like, no, like if I sold everything here, capitulated, never did a show again, never did anything, right? What would have happened through all these times, right? And so many people made so much money around this time. And it's like until we talk about taking profits, being healthy, having a healthy mindset, the psychology of the space will print you a ton of money or absolutely get you wrecked. And crypto is not, or just the markets, right? It's not for everyone. You have to understand. I think one of the best advice I can give is understanding the psychology of the nature of the space. When you feel euphoric and you feel like all you can do is just make money no matter what you buy, you should be taking profits at those times, even if it's 10%, 20%, whatever percent you feel in your risk tolerance, you should be taking profits in these levels, no doubt. You should not be, unless you absolutely have to, you should never be taking profits when you are absolutely fearful and everyone is posting negativity. You can just kind of see the market sentiment, right? You can see people speaking poorly about HBAR or whatever, right? So again, time in the market, just kind of waiting for it to be when everyone says it's going to go much higher. You should do the opposite of what everyone's doing, right? Which is very hard because most people are not going to want to do that. So if I could leave you with anything, that's something that is so incredibly important. Timing timing the market is so incredibly tough, and that is the fastest way to get absolutely wrecked in this market. And then I did ask, which for me, I'll just be blunt here as well. Uh, these posts, I've gotten a good amount of community engagement recently. I think the algorithm changed, so I gotta go figure out what the new algorithm is or whatever. But I have been getting some pretty good feedback, and I have a pretty good pulse. I have a watch list, which I haven't revealed publicly yet what it is, but soon I will. To our alpha chat, I have a watch list of very specific tokens that I'm very, very bullish on, very excited for HTS specifically, right? So I basically just post these to see what the community sentiment is, what the community engagement is, and I will be taking these very seriously. So if you have a DeFi community, you're part of a community, maybe you're a founder, a dev, right? Let's say calling them now, creating tokens. And here, if you're here in Hedera, I mean, come have your community raid. I'm very serious about adding you to my watch list and studying your tokens very, very closely as well. So we have, and I'll give you guys some shout outs as well on our show from time to time. H Barbarian token on here. We have Pack, Growth, Ash Pack again, H Sweets. We have Space Ape, H Bar, Growth, Dovu. H Bar's not a meme, but you can see what James Cook said. Growth, Dovu, H Barbarian, and Steam. So a few duplicates there. Super exciting to watch more and more communities continuing to show up for their bags, right? If you're not working for your bags, I think you're doing it wrong personally, because if you're not telling people about what you're buying, what you're investing in, what you're trading, I mean, who's going to really know about what you're excited about, right? So if you're not sharing H bar, I mean, chances are very much less so your bags are going to be heard even less if you're not shilling H bar, right? That's just arguably that's the name of the game. So that's what I believe. That's what I'm seeing, and that's why I show up here every single day. So shout out to everyone. I'm gonna do a little shout out here. I see a bunch of you in the broadcast. If you're in the broadcast and the live stream, make sure to comment in the live stream. Let me know if you are here in the show. If you did not get shaken out, you're marked safe from this recent dip, this market fake out. Shout out to everyone in the space as well. I can see you all. Hexa, Epic Collections, Crypto Tracker. What's up, you guys? HGScouncil.com, our sponsor here today. I saw Postmaster in here, Chip Mutant, Scott A, and Aureliano, and all of you amazing people in the broadcast. Cheers to you guys. All right. And again, don't forget to like and retweet the show here as well if you're finding any value out of our show today. All right, yesterday's show I thought was really, really awesome. A lot of you guys showed up yesterday, episode 231. We actually covered quite a bit. So I think making posts like this is kind of covering a little bit about what happened in the show. I think is going to be a pretty positive thing for you guys. So retail community sentiment, karate combat updates, governing council use cases, H-bar and Bitcoin TA, and step function explanation. So if you guys did not listen to that show, feel free to listen to the recording. And of course, all of our shows moving forward are being recorded. So make sure to tap in if you do want to stay up to date with the latest Hedera news and alpha. All right, you guys, let's jump on some H-bar news here. We're going to transition. Feel free to request to come up to speak. I don't have the link up there because it is a very specific link. So if you want to come up to speak, feel free to hit that button on the bottom left. If you are on the spaces and if you are on the broadcast, just shoot me a DM on X, and I'm going to actually check my DMs currently. I don't see any DMs to come up to speak, but if you guys do want to come up to speak, just shoot me a DM. Happy to bring you up. And again, friendly reminder, this show is sponsored by HGScouncil.com. Hashtag HTSC. They are a community DAO, more alpha to be revealed very, very soon on what they have cooking up. And of course, the token ID is 6144991. I feel like that one's pretty easy to remember. You can see it rotating on the bottom of the screen on the broadcast. And of course, if you guys are on X on the spaces, I did share the live stream up in the Jumbotron. Feel free to jump up over if you will not be speaking today, so you can follow along with my live stream screen as well. All right, drink some water and I'll be right back. So we have Brady once again continuing to create content here. I don't know if I fully agree with this, right? You guys can kind of just watch, right? Complex, simple, boring, sexy, right? I don't fully agree with this, to be completely honest. I think some of these are really cool. I think some of these are okay. So this is super subjective at the end of the day. Do I think the H for what it stands for is pretty cool? Sure, like on the tech side. But when people just look at it, right, they probably are like, what even is this, right? Like, I have no idea. It's super simple, right? So I'd put Hedera really far on the bottom in terms of simplicity. Now, in terms of boring, again, it's super subjective. I'd probably put a little bit more on this side, but it would definitely fall on this side, right? The logo isn't anything fancy, right? Like, it's not going to be like, oh, like, what is that, right? It's just an H, right? Like, people aren't going to be that excited by it just at a glance, right? Retail, the normies, right? So again, I don't fully agree with this. I think certain ones can definitely be moved over here. Other ones could probably be over here. Um, I think Solana, right? If you guys aren't familiar, this is probably like an S, right? It has some gradient to it. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's not ugly by any means, but I definitely move it a bit over here. And you can look at any of these, right? That's Aptos. Last I checked, Ethereum, obviously Bitcoin, Polygon. This is probably Binance, right? And so on. Cardano. What is this? Arbitrum. I don't know all of them, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, just what catches the eye, what might be intriguing. I don't know what this post is trying to accomplish, but Brady responded to it. He just said, right, it's a fair assessment. Charles Hedera could use more hype and marketing excitement around the Web3 native retail innovations and campaigns, plus incentive structures. There's a surprising amount of activity on this front, but it needs vocal support and advocacy for by Hedera, right? Which I've been saying, I've been advocating for advocacy for a long time, right? I haven't really seen any changes too much towards that. I know Charles put out his article. I don't know exactly how long ago it was. I feel like it was a few weeks. He did say within about 3 weeks or so that he would start doing spaces. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see. We're gonna have to be patient, continue to wait. Let's see. I haven't read that yet. Yeah, let's. And then I did a quote retweet on Brady's post here. If you guys want to go check it out, I just said right. Retail needs more vocal support / advocacy by Hedera. So if you guys want to go like and retweet that post, feel free to jump on that post as well. But shout out to Brady. I do agree with this. I don't think there's going to be a full on logo change or anything like that. Probably will never happen. But yeah, just something interesting, something to think about there as well. Go check out the main Hedera page as well. Looks like Ed did have a presentation on key applications of AI. Why is the Hedera, why is the Hashgraph logo popping up? Is it up here? Oh, here it is. Hashgraph. Okay, yeah, and they still have the same logo there. Exploring how Hedera is being used to increase accountability, transparency, and integrity to AI. I did not watch it, but it looks like the full replay is on YouTube. So if you want to learn more about Hedera and AI, make sure to tap in and check out what they are doing there as well. All right, so you guys all probably know Skelly Bets by now. I actually love this one. Some lightning going on. It looks great. So launch day, right? We did talk about it here on the show. We're gonna have them interview in about a week, I believe. I don't want to reveal the date just yet, but in about a week or so, we're gonna bring up Skelly Bets to cover their platform as well. It looks like their launch. I don't know if their platform. I think they said 3 p.m. my time, so I think in about 15 minutes, 14 minutes, I believe their website will actually go live. So I don't know if they have a link to the website yet. Maybe it's on their bio. Yeah, skellybets.com. I believe they're actually going to go live on the mainnet with Hedera. So go check out their profile. Go check out their latest news as well. I'm very excited to see more and more builders building here on Hedera. All right, I'm going to share with you guys this video. I did just catch it before I went to bed last night. Let me disconnect my screen. For some reason, the streaming platform uh, decides to not give any audio when I don't manually add it. So give me 1 second to re-add the screen. All right, here it is. All right, you should be able to hear it now. Turn audio on. All right, there you go. Audio is a go.
Hedera Council meeting. Since COVID, this is only the second one we've had. It is so. We are at the Googleplex. This is a Hedera council meeting. Since COVID, this is only the second one we've had. It is so good. All the council members are coming together in one place. We're meeting in one place. Honestly, with face-to-face meetings, you get things you don't get out of Zoom. I think we accomplish more in the coffee breaks than we do with a year of Zooms. So I'm very excited to be here right now. We are at the Googleplex. This is a Hedera council meeting. Since COVID, this is only the second one we've had. It is so good. All the council members are coming together in one place.
Okay, interesting. So they were at the Google headquarters. I had to rewatch it a little bit because the quality was kind of low for some reason. The streaming upload of the video, I don't know if it was just the upload or maybe my connection or something, but Google held a council meeting at their headquarters last year. I don't know if this is an old video or what's going on, but Hashgraph4, he did make this post 12 hours ago. And I just think more content like this, not only is it easier to just kind of share and cover, but we need more content like this, right? We need to hear more from people, everyone really at Swirlds, everyone in the governing council, right? Like I do believe a lot of people are relatively vocal on retail, but the inverse isn't really that true, right? We just need more content across the board. I think that's just like give the people what they want, right? This kind of stuff.
Meeting in one place.
I don't know if this was dug up or if this is something that probably should pause it. Or if this is something that was pretty old. It did say last year, so again, I don't know if this was. I thought this was new. That's why I'm sharing it. Shows how optimistic enterprises are. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through it. Yeah, I mean, I'm super bullish on the governing council members. I'm not a big fan of them just getting paid to sign transactions or secure the network. I'd much rather them actually pay for HBARs, build on the network, that kind of stuff. So again, we need to see more audits. We need to see more from the minutes. Maybe we should cover more of the minutes. I know we didn't cover all of the minutes just yet here on the show. So maybe tomorrow we'll probably cover some of the, what was it, March, April? And May to June minutes. I think we covered the June to July minutes. So yeah, still a lot of content to cover. I was super bullish on the last minutes personally. I know not everyone felt the same way, but a lot of efforts, it sounds like, are being made to push forward for tokenizing assets, tokenization use case, I should say, on the Hedera network by enterprise companies, and obviously it's led by Charles as well, which is very important. I didn't really do a deep dive in this company, Elliptic. If you guys are familiar with this company, bringing compliance to crypto assets. Looks like I'm not following them, so I just shot them a follow. Blockchain analytics training and certification. Make sure to go check it out. It looks like the HBAR Foundation made a post about it, leveraging stablecoins, providing tools to mitigate risk. So Hedera Stablecoin Studio enables compliance by design, key step in mainstream adoption of digital assets. So it looks like Elaine made a post about it. Make sure to go check out this post with featuring Elliptic and the HBAR Foundation. All right, so this one was very interesting as well. We have token weighted governance launch announcement by Saucer Swap. So if you guys haven't seen token weighted voting, go check it out. It's a core utility of the Sauce token, furthering the goal of decentralized and autonomous protocol operation. So where do you vote? Create proposals. So it's probably just on the Saucer Swap main website. I got to go pull that up in a future episode and maybe go vote with some sauce. And it looks like X sauce as well, potentially. So very interesting. It looks like it starts in 4 days, 4 or 5 days on August 5th, depending on your time zone there, 1800 UTC. Super interesting, super bullish on Saucer Swap. You guys already know. I'm sure all of you have used it at this point. And of course, you can go and check out the token, HTSC, the community DAO here on Saucer Swap as well. It is live currently and tradable. All right. Let's see. It looks like there's another blockchain conference, and it looks like Hedera will be in attendance at DAV.AO. Reminds me of Davos. Looks like there's a DAV.AO meetup that'll be happening pretty soon in August. Yeah, so this month. It doesn't give a lot of details. I don't know what day it's supposed to be, but any conference that Hedera is really showing up to, especially if they're invited, that is arguably a pretty solid step forward as well. Let's see, when is this? Is this today or is this tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow, uh, around a little bit before our a little bit before our show starts. Looks like the foundation is going to have a team update. So if you guys are interested in what the HR Foundation is up to, what they're going to be doing with their team, the Senior Vice President of Financial Markets, the Vice President of Sustainability and ESG, Vice President of Enterprise Business Development, and the VP of Strategy and the VP of Consumer Engagement. If you're interested in what the Vice Presidents and Senior Vice President have to say, don't miss out on the show tomorrow, and we'll cover. If I do listen in on it before the show, if I'm able to tap into, I'll give you guys an update on what the HR Foundation has to say as well. Like I said earlier, Elliptic. Yeah, I don't think there's any audio on it. Yeah, with the Stablecoin Studio, with risk management there again, go check it out. Looks like a bunch of posts were just made by the HR Foundation. All right. Looks like the Influencer Fight Club with Karate Combat. I don't know when the next episode is. It didn't give any details. But if you click the link, you will be able to go check out the latest episode of Inside the Pit. It seems like I've missed some of those, so I definitely got to go check those out as well. Postmaster, I see you down below. I won't reveal any alpha just yet, but I'm more than happy to have you on the show anytime, brother. I'm really excited to see what we do here moving forward, what Karate Combat brings to the table here for our community. All right, MIOO Tech. I'm assuming it's Mio Tech. Go check out what they're doing as well. Looks like they are building on Hedera, valued certified interaction backed by seamless, reliable blockchain-based solutions. So go check out what they're doing. Every single purchase is transformed by this technology. So again, it's a digital collector experience here. Again, go check out what they are doing here. All right, so I think we covered this one yesterday, so let me just skip that one. Galaxy made a post. I think we covered that one as well, so I'll skip it. Let's see. Oh, it looks like the Hedera for developers had a tech community call. I must have missed. I think it happened right before our show yesterday, and I don't really tune into shows before hours, just because I'm preparing and making sure I have the latest news to share with you guys as well. But looks like a pretty good turnout, so which I'm always great. I'm really glad to see. We need to have really, really strong turnout for HBAR community shows, right? We want to see that. We need to see more and more content here in the ecosystem. So I'm always bullish on more and more content. So Hedera for developers, if you're not up to date with that account, if you're not tuning into those shows either, make sure to go at Hedera_devs. I think it's a newer account. I could be wrong. But again, they are doing live streams. So make sure to go tune in and stay up to date with what is going on there as well. All right, Neuron, one of the first, let's see, is there audio on this?
Windows, you'll see the aircraft coming over our heads. And
so Neuron, one of the first use cases that got me super, super bullish on Hedera. If you're not familiar with Neuron World, at Neuron_world, make sure to go check out what they are doing. The leading DPIN infrastructure on Hedera for building, finding, and connecting services, the everything map of trusted services. One of the, if you guys think Atma.io is super bullish, generates most of the transactions on the network, once Neuron gets all cylinders firing, and arguably a lot of other use cases too, but Neuron in particular, I think we'll see what that step function actually is, and it will come to fruition, as Mance was talking about. So a glimpse of the future from the Blueprint Showcase we held a few weeks back with some of the highlights of the day, including live drones and air traffic control and detect and avoid systems, all plugged into Neuron flight tracking data feeds. So again, built on Hedera. You guys are missing out on what's going on. Well, go shoot them a follow. Go see what is going on.
Here. We've got 120 people in the building. We really look forward to today's event, and fingers crossed everything goes fine.
So it's now just touched the ground, and it's now come off over the southern end of the runway. And now, hopefully, if we look out the windows, we'll see the aircraft coming over our heads. And that is pretty much, I think, the end of the demonstration. But if you want to go and look out the window, you're welcome to.
Let's go. All right, super bullish on Neuron. Again, you got to go check out what they are doing, what they're building here, and go show some love and support to their main account as well.
Last May, we went and showed the Blueprint kickoff event where we had drones flying and simulated aircraft flying at each other. It's now June 2024. We've now got real drones, real aircraft, and we've got detect and avoid systems at play here. We've got 120 people in the building. We really look forward to today's event, and fingers crossed.
Yeah, super, super bullish. All right, we did cover this, and as I said, we started the show here. Let's look at the TPS once again. The TPS is going to be one of the biggest metrics that people will be looking at. Why is it not looking? Okay, here you go. 2,466. I think it went up a little bit while the show was going on. Not saying we got more TPS because of the show. I'm also not saying that. But of course, we want to see the TPS as high as possible for the revenue here, for the nodes, and of course for the staking rewards. And it's just overall just going to showcase the power of the network, right? So we want to see more use cases going live. We want to see Hedera continue to remain the leader via comparative analysis, right, of average real transactions, right, per second across various layer ones. So again, if you guys are just tuning in, feel free to listen back to the recording. All of our shows are recorded here. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and alpha here in our ecosystem, make sure to tap in Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. EST, the place to be in Web3. I appreciate everyone tuning in here today to the Web4 Roundtable. Been your host here today, IPEX Web4, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for our Friday show, 5 p.m. EST. Again, and again, they are recorded. So if you guys tuned in, if you made it all the way this far, if you found any value out of our show here today, make sure to leave a retweet on the space and or the broadcast. It really means a lot, and it goes a long way to support our show here today. All right, you guys, I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Actually, you know what? I don't think we have a show scheduled. I got to go check the schedule. If I don't see you tomorrow, then I will catch you all on Monday. I got to go check the schedule, make sure that we have one in for Friday. If not, then of course I will catch you all on Monday for the Web4 Roundtable. And of course, it is sponsored once again. So our Tuesday and Thursdays will be sponsored by HTScouncil.com, HTSC. That's our current sponsor here today. And on Mondays and Wednesdays, we are sponsored by Gilmore Estates. So shout out to our sponsors. We have more sponsors coming on the way. Shout out to our sponsors now. You guys are not checking out what they're doing. You got to go check it out. Go check it in the Spaces title or in the broadcast link. All right, you guys, I'll catch you tomorrow and or on Monday. I got to check the schedule. Much love, and I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. All right, you guys, don't get shaken out. I'll see you all very soon.